Hi guys, welcome back to my part 14 of my Pathfinder campaign vlog type thing. Where we left our heroes, the Vanquishers, last session, they were working for some dwarves in the city of Yanderhof to uncover a situation that happened in one of the outlying settlements, where supposedly the dwarves there had uncovered something they shouldn't have done, and it's basically caused them all to flee or be killed. What they found out at the end of the last session is that there is possibly a dragon at the bottom of that particular mine. Unfortunately, they lost one of their party members. The player, unfortunately, has not been well and hasn't been available for quite a while now, for 2 or 3 months at least. And unfortunately, due to situations that they were not aware of, they ended up sending him back to town in the company of a woman they rescued, and not knowing that she was, in fact a succubus, and unfortunately she bumped him off part way and escaped with the treasure that he had on him and the money. Thankfully it wasn't all their party funds, but hey. So I suggested that they roll up a 4th character. I said there's no point in the 3 of you trying to do it. You know, you really can do with a 4th character, someone who can be a bit of a fighter or a midfielder. And one of the players had an idea as a backup character with a cleric going divine. I can't think what the precious class is now. It's something like Divine Vanquisher or something like that. I forget off the top of my head. And I said, yeah, that would be quite cool because you've got a fightery type cleric then. And so he's rolled that up, and that character was introduced while I was selling treasure and stuff that they recovered already. They picked up some scrolls and stuff, stone skin and so forth, and the 4 characters headed off back into the mines. Cleared out the last few rooms of the dungeon they were on, nothing really of any interest, before they descended down. And about half the session was them quite concerned, I think, when they had originally spotted the dragon and now it was gone. Big flooded cave, black dragon, only a young one. We had some quite cool instances now. The druid leaping off a cliff, turning into a dolphin to dive into the water, and the dragon basically managing to splatter him with its acid breath halfway down the jump. That was quite a cool little scene. Then made a fantastic leap roll and actually managed to leap back out of the water on his following action as the dolphin and transform back as he landed. Nice little scene. The fight was fairly good for the dragon. Normally I find dragons one of those things that just aren't powerful enough. But in this instance I think the fight was fun, so it didn't worry me too much. And they eventually did slay. A couple of well placed blows to the head with some hammers eventually took the poor thing down. They stuffed its body into the bag of holding and headed back to Yanderhof, where they proudly displayed this corpse of the dragon out for everyone to see, and that's it. They're now local heroes in Yanderhof. They picked up their reward, which was some mithril made armour and shields, I think it was, they went for in the end. Pardon me. And then they carried on, and so that pretty much was the end of that scenario. And so what I've just started as the next one is a Pathfinder scenario which I found on a website. Someone did a review of it called From Shore to Sea, and I've always loved sea monsters and things like that, so I thought this would be a great one. So I tracked the module down and so we started that last night. And essentially what has happened there is they have saved a young man. Following the coastal road, they've saved this young man who was trying to drag his boat out of the shore when he was attacked by a trio of giant crabs. We had quite a good little fight there, as it grabbed the new party member, one of the crabs, and basically on its following action withdrew 30 feet out into the sea, and he couldn't break free, and unfortunately managed to fluff, once they did defeat it, by a summoned water elemental. He unfortunately failed rolled a natural 1 on his swim check, and so I decried that he'd started to panic and was beginning to drown. But they got him out before too much hassle. And this individual in question says that his fiancée has been taken by fishmen. Something weird has happened at the town where she lives. He's not local. They were following a tradition where he takes his bride out to the wedding island. There's some sort of stone where if they enact their nuptials, it's the blessing of the sea gods and all this sort of thing. And unfortunately, she was abducted by fishmen, and he's basically rowed back to try and find help. Travelling to the fishing town, they find most of it has been laid waste. All that remains is a couple of rows of houses, a shrine, and a lighthouse. They find worrying signs that something big and nasty has come out of the sea, basically working out that some kind of giant tentacled squid sort of thing of an enormous size, far bigger than colossal, has basically risen out of the sea and smashed the snot out of this village and dragged people away. And they've found, like, the hooks from its tentacles, the size of a man's arm, that sort of thing. Which I think got them a little worried. They eventually managed to locate some people hiding in the shrine, which looks like it was once a Chalaxian shrine to Asmodeus, but it has since been overtaken and turned into a shrine to all the sea gods, human and otherwise. And yeah, basically they find out from these people that that the whole town is descended from the ancient Aslanti, and there are fishmen, or gillmen as they're called, descendants of that particular race, and these people eventually turn into gillmen. But something has gone wrong, and they've started acting funny, and somewhere this giant beast of the sea has arisen, and everyone's hiding in the lighthouse because it's the strongest structure. So they travel to the lighthouse, they get in there, they start talking to people, they don't get very far when suddenly this giant sea beastie returns, wrapping the tentacles around the tower, and the tentacles burst their way through the windows and they start grabbing people. And it's a great little scene. Unfortunately, the cleric Haji got grabbed twice in succession. In fact, it would have been 3 times, but I figured it's not going to. The tentacles aren't enough to grab him, at the same time. And pretty much they fended, chopped. They were here. The characters are running up and down the stairs, this slowly flooding lighthouse, chopping off tentacles. And unfortunately, though, they didn't save enough of the people. The beastie grabbed 10 of them, sucking them through the windows, and before disappearing off into the sea. And where we've left it, because it was getting late, they've just grabbed one of the surviving boats from the docks and they are rowing out to this island. Really good session, fairly combat heavy, but we had a lot of role play in the town itself, sort of thing. My phone goes again, apologies for that. So yeah, one of the better sessions of late, I think. I don't know how many more sessions we're going to have before the end of the year, but before Christmas. But keep watching and let's see where the adventures of the Vanquishers go. Thanks for watching, take care and see you next time.